Have you ever asked yourself if Michael Jordan could compete in today's NBA and become the greatest NBA player of all time again? In this series we're going to find out. The young Michael Jordan has been drafted by the 76ers as the third overall pick at the start of the 2014-2015 season. With Michael Carter-Willams and Jordan in the backcourt, and Noel and Embiid in the frontcourt, the 76ers now have a team that could compete for the championship. I will be observing Michael Jordan's career from a distance by choosing the Utah Jazz in NBA 2K15's My League mode. Each video in this series is going to be 1 year in Michael Jordan's career. I'm going to simulate up to the AllStar break, look at his stats, look at the award races, and from there on I'm going to simulate till the end of the season and do the same thing again. And then we're going to see if the 76ers actually make it to the playoffs, and if they do, how well they do in the playoffs, and how well Michael Jordan does, and how he affects the team overall. So let's write some alternative history and start with the first season. Before we start with the season, let's talk about limitations of the game. First, you have the player tendencies. I have the fear that Michael Carter-Willams and Michael Jordan could actually conflict with each other on the court. So without Michael Jordan, I would guess that Michael Carter-Willams would get most of the touches and most of the field goals. But with Michael Jordan, you know, Michael Jordan should get more touches and more field goals than Michael Carter-Willams. So we'll have to see how that's going to work out. The behavior of the AI coach is something I can't really predict. Will he manage to implement Michael Jordan into the team? Will he make him live up to his full potential? Will he give him more plays? Will he give him more touches? We will have to see about that. Next thing I want to talk about are injuries. I tuned down the injuries in the My League settings before starting the season, but it could always happen that Michael Jordan gets injured. Long-term injury and never reaching his full potential again, or even a career-ending injury. But we will have to see about that. You know, knock on wood, I don't think it's going to happen, but you know, it could. Last but not least, I want to talk about the realism of this project. If you look at the latest roster update, you can see a lot of modern players are up in their 90s now with their rating. So Michael Jordan is up for some tough competition to become the greatest of all time again. I can only use what the game has to offer. So I implemented the 85-86 Jordan into the game, which basically means it's Jordan in his second year, but it's the closest to realism I can actually get. So we basically have to pretend that Jordan stayed in college for 1 more year and got drafted 1 year later. Something that I'm considering is to actually edit Jordan's stats, or at least edit his badges later on in his career, reflecting the Jordans that are actually in the game. So the next, I think, would actually be the Jordan from 92-93. One last thing. I can't restructure the 2014-2015 draft. So Michael Jordan is actually not really drafted. He's just put on to the 76ers, which basically means that Joel Embiid, even though he's injured, is still on the team. So enough with the talking, let's finally start. So let's first look at Michael Jordan's actual rookie season 84-85. Only 2 players who have ever played this game had a better rookie season than Michael Jordan: Wilt Chamberlain and Oscar Robertson. If you look at Michael Jordan's 3-point percentage, it's actually below average. It's actually pretty bad, which is a nice segue for the next thing I want to show, his ratings. The young Michael Jordan has a 94 rating overall, which makes him one of the best players in the league already. He is a pretty decent mid-range shooter, he is an awful 3-point shooter, and with a 95 standing shot close, you can tell he's very good at finishing at the rim. He's a good free throw shooter, he's awesome at driving the lane, and his dribbling is awesome too. And with that 17 passing accuracy, he can help Michael Carter-Willams distribute. In my opinion, the next ratings really show what young Michael Jordan excels in, and that is athleticism and defense. Perimeter defense is just through the roof. He has a 99 in steal. That is just ridiculous for a rookie. And now look at his athletic ratings. He's got a 98 in speed, a 99 in quickness, and a 99 in vertical. This guy is just a monster. Let's have a look at the 76ers roster. One thing you notice is the age is really low. the oldest guy in the starting lineup. He's 24. So the 76ers have a very young and athletic roster. But one thing you will notice is that Rotten, Embiid, and Jason Richardson, which is not shown here on the screen, they're all injured. So we have three very important role players, or in the case of Embiid, players that would actually play in the starting lineup that are injured. In the case of Jason Richardson and Joel Embiid, both have a broken foot and are out probably for the whole season. So before we start simulating the season up to the All-Star game, we are in for a little treat. I decided to record Michael Jordan's first game with the 76ers against the Pacers in Indiana. I found some really awesome slider settings online for CPU versus CPU play, and the game was really fun to watch. I'm just going to show the highlights of the game. In particular, the highlights of Michael Jordan and how he's actually playing for the 76ers and how well he's integrated into the team. If you're interested in the full game, just press the link that should appear now on the screen and you can watch the full 4x12 minute quarter game. Let's have a look at the starting lineup of the Pacers for a second. So Paul George is out after that gruesome injury in preseason. So the Pacers are missing their star player. For Paul George, the Indiana Pacers are playing Solomon Hill at the small forward position. Solomon Hill was selected with the 23rd overall pick by the Indiana Pacers in the 2013 NBA draft. He was then sent to the D-League and was recalled by the Pacers on January 4th, 2014. He then played 28 games for the Pacers, averaging 8.1 minutes and 1.7 games. Jordan's direct matchup in this game is going to be Rodney Stuckey. He's a combo guard out of Detroit and was signed by the Pacers before the season. He's a decent scoring option, with scoring about 14 points per game last season. If you look at Stuckey's stats from last year, he's decent or below decent. If you look at his 3-point percentage, it was actually pretty bad for a shooting guard, averaging 2.73%. He averaged 2.3 rebounds, 2.1 assists, 0.7 steals, and 0.1 blocks. So I hope Michael Jordan won't really have a problem with defending and with scoring against him. In the front court at center position, we have Roy Hibbert. He's very tall, very strong, and he can protect the rim. At power forward, we have David West, who's probably their secondary scoring option. He has a nice, deadly mid-range shot and can stretch the floor. In my opinion, this is going to be an interesting matchup. I mean, Nerlens Noel and Henry Sims are both very unexperienced, and you have David West and Roy Hibbert as more or less veterans of the game. So it's definitely going to be a challenge for Henry Sims and Nerlens Noel. At point guard position, we have George Hill. He has a decent 3-point percentage of 37%. He can score, he can pass a little bit. He's a pretty good role player. One thing that really caught my eye by looking at the Indiana Pacers starting lineup is they don't really have a dedicated passer. So they're probably going to move the ball a lot, and we'll have to see who will actually distribute the most in the end. Let's have a look at our lineup. So at point guard position, we have Michael Carter-Willams. He was awarded Rookie of the Year last season. He averaged 16.7 points, 6.2 rebounds, and 6.3 assists. And he's actually only one of 3 players in NBA history to average 16 points, 6 rebounds, and 6 assists in his rookie season. The other players were Oscar Robertson and Magic Johnson. So the bar is definitely set high for Michael Carter-Willams in his second year. And we will have to see if he's able to step down and let Michael Jordan have the leading role on the team. The next interesting player I want to look at in our lineup is Robert Covington. Robert Covington went undrafted in 2013 and then played in the D-League. And he did really well in the D-League. He became D-League Rookie of the Year, he played in the D-League All-Star Game, and he actually became the All-Star Game MVP. He does have a decent 3-point shot, so he's going to be one of the main outside threats that the 76ers have in their starting lineup. Henry Sims also went undrafted in 2012. He hasn't played that many NBA games yet. He played 26 games for Philadelphia last season, where he actually did pretty well. He averaged 11.8 points and 7.0 rebounds. Just by looking at his stats though, he doesn't seem to be a very good inside defender. He only averaged 0.5 blocks per game, but if you consider him playing only 26 games and 27.2 minutes per game, you probably won't get that many blocks in. Unless you're Anthony Davis, I guess. Nerlens Noel was a top 10 pick last year, but he didn't play a single game for Philadelphia because of some knee injury. So we can actually only look at his college stats, and they are pretty ridiculous. He averaged 10 rebounds and 4.6 blocks per game playing 24 games for Kentucky in his college year. You can already tell by his college stats that this guy has the potential to become one of the best rim protectors in the league, but we'll have to see this season if he can actually live up to the hype. So let's start the game. Let's have a look at the first Pacers possession. Take a close look at Nerlens Noel. He's all over the court, helping one pass away, then he tried to contest the three-point shot, and then he's not there for the rebound. So David West gets the offensive rebounds and bags in the first 2 points for the Pacers. This is the first time Michael Jordan has the ball in his hands in his professional career. He passes it to Noel, who goes for a ridiculous post mid-range shot that actually goes in. Oh boy, where is Henry Sims? He's not crashing the glass. Second Pacers possession, second offensive rebound. Our front court really has to get their act together. This is Michael Jordan's first attempt at scoring. He comes off a shitty screen by Henry Sims. His matchup is right there with him. He passes the ball to Michael Carter-Willams, then gets it right back, and then he starts to dribble and drive, and misses the layup. I'll definitely hope that we see more of that in the game. So what the hell was Henry Sims doing here? He's leaving Roy Hibbert all alone, and he goes for probably the easiest points he will score all season. If Henry Sims keeps on playing like this, I predict nothing good for this season. Let's focus on Jordan a little bit more. After he missed that layup on his first touch, Michael Carter-Williams, or the coach, or whoever, didn't seem to trust him very much anymore. The offense was run almost exclusively through Michael Carter-Williams and Robert Covington, but I have to give props to Robert Covington. He made almost all the field goals he got in the first quarter, and even though Michael Jordan didn't get the ball very much, he did everything he could to help the team. For example, this screen right here for Robert Covington, who nails the three. I definitely got the feeling that Jordan was not satisfied with how many touches he got in the first quarter. So sometimes he tried to take the matter into his own hands, as you can see right here, where he gets to the line and converts 2 free throws. Look at this nice post move by Scola. He schools Henry Sims, goes under the basket and lays it in. Pretty awesome move if you ask me. So Jordan didn't have a very good first quarter on the offensive side. As you can see here, this is his second drive of the game and he gets blocked. Oh my god, poor Jordan. Everything will be alright. So Jordan got subbed out for the rest of the quarter, so we'll just skip ahead and go to the second quarter. Jordan starts off the second quarter with a nice jumper at the last second. I hope that this will give him a confidence boost for the rest of the game. I'm sorry for bashing Henry Sims a lot, but look at this, he's just too passive. He gets boxed out by Scola and Scola gets the offensive rebound, which results in another possession for the Pacers. So here we have a fast break. Thompson passes it to Jordan. Jordan goes for the layup and is blocked by Rodney Stuckey. Nice pick and roll move by Michael Carter-Williams and Henry Sims, and Henry Sims actually knocks down the mid-range jumper. Jordan actually played pretty well in the second half. Look how he creates some space against Rodney Stuckey and then knocks down the mid-range jumper. You can really feel now that he's trying to carry the team. I guess the coach had a nice little pep talk with Henry Sims during halftime. Look at this nice defense here against Roy Hibbert. Jordan displays some nice defense here. I don't really know what he was trying to do, but Rodney Stuckey drops the ball. Jordan quickly gets back up and contests the shot and then gets the rebound. I think Jordan might have broken a record here, most times blocked in a first NBA game. But I guess it's a nice NBA experience for Jordan and he will later adapt. Jordan was pretty mad after that block. He chases after Rodney Stuckey and then steals the ball from him. Another very likable play by Robert Covington. Look at this, he dribbles the ball a bit and then shoots the three at the last second and it goes in. I really like Robert Covington. I think he's going to be a great addition to the team. At this point, Jordan got subbed out for the last 5 minutes of the second quarter. Nothing much really happened, as you can see. There were only 10 points scored, so let's go into the third quarter. First possession of the second half. Jordan cuts to the basket, gets the ball before Rodney Stuckey, tries to get the layup in, but gets fouled by Rodney Stuckey. This could have been an and one, but unfortunately it wasn't. This is what I want to see, the Jordan signature move. He posts up and then he goes for the nice post fadeaway. This is probably Jordan's best quarter. He gets the ball in the corner and then goes for a nice contested layup and makes it. Could have been a foul though. Look at this ridiculous Pacers play. The long ass pass from Stuckey to Hill, and Hill goes up for the 3 and makes it. Here we have another Jordan cut right underneath the basket. He gets the ball, goes up for the layup, it's contested by Rodney Stuckey but gets fouled again and it's not an and one. Jordan is getting more and more confident with his shot selection. Look at this move right here. He dribbles a bit and then goes for the nice floater over the defense and banks it in. Remember how I said that Jordan could help distribute the ball? Look at this, he almost gets triple teamed and then he passes it to Noel, who goes for the nice jumper. So it's 55-55 through the half of the third quarter, and the 76ers decide to play pick and roll with Noel and Michael Carter-Willams, which actually works pretty well, but Michael Carter-Willams misses the open mid-range jump shot. Third time we see this, Michael Jordan gets the ball under the basket, goes for the layup, but this time he makes it. Look at this awesome shot block by Michael Jordan. Sadly the ball goes out of bounds and the Pacers regain possession. So Henry Sims is having a much better second half, but he misses the shot right here. But Jeremy Grant steps in, gets the offensive rebound and then scores. So this is the end of the third quarter. We're heading into the fourth quarter and it's 64-65, and I'm really excited to see if the 76ers can actually take their first NBA win this season. And the fourth quarter starts off with a bang. Look at this right here, isolation Michael Jordan against Stuckey, and he dribbles and then he goes for the monster slam. This was probably the play of the game. Here we have some nice defense by KG McDaniels. He blocks, and then Robert Covington and Michael Jordan run the fast break, and Jordan finishes it with a nice circus shot. I have the feeling that Jordan was pretty confident at this point, but actually this is where the 76ers game goes pretty downhill. Michael Jordan gets the ball in the corner and then misses the contested layup again. I was talking about the 76ers game going downhill. Look at this stupid shot by Michael Carter-Willams. There's so much time left on the shot clock and he's pretty far out, and he goes for the 3 and of course misses it. And Jordan is missing more and more shots, as you can see here. On the other side of the court, Rodney Stuckey, Jordan's matchup, is getting better and better, as you can see here where he nails the 3. At this point, the 76ers shooters are running pretty cold. What kept them in the game was this kind of play right here, where Nerlens Noel gets the offensive rebound and scores. Yeah, you can see Jordan is not happy with how he's playing. The next 2 possessions for the 76ers lose the game. First it's Jordan that misses the open jump shot, and then it's Michael Carter-Willams who goes for the 3, even though he's been shooting really bad the whole game. On the other side you have Rodney Stuckey, Jordan's matchup, who goes for the jumper, goes in, and that's the dagger for the 76ers. Jordan seals the deal with his last possession. He goes for the mid-range jumper and misses. So that was it. The 76ers and Michael Jordan lose their first NBA game, 84-90. And player of the game, I know it hurts, is Jordan's matchup, Rodney Stuckey. Let's have a look at the box score. Michael Jordan definitely had a very good game. 25 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists. That's not what he averaged in his rookie season, but it's really close. His field goal percentage is over 50%, which is pretty good. He has to work on his free throws. He missed 3 out of 10, which is not bad, but it's definitely not Michael Jordan's standard. But even though Michael Jordan's stats were pretty good, He missed some really important field goals in the last quarter. He's not responsible for losing the game, but he wasn't really clutch either. Talking about being responsible for losing the game, let's look at Michael Carter-Willams' stats. 14 points with 5 out of 14 field goals. That's almost 30% field goal percentage. That is definitely not good. Look at his three-pointers. He took some really dumb three-point shots, and you can tell by his stats. 2 out of 8, definitely not good enough. Assists, he's our point guard. 2 assists? What the hell are you doing? Why are you even on the floor? If Michael Carter-Willams aspires to be one of the leaders of this team, he will definitely have to step up his game. Robert Covington definitely left a different impression while watching the game than his stats portray. And I'm pretty confident for the rest of the season that Robert Covington will definitely be one of the better players on this team. Nerlens Noel is definitely doing what he's supposed to do, score and get rebounds. He got a double-double in his first NBA game, and I hope that in the future the coach will actually give him more touches, because I think that Nerlens Noel would do fine as the second scoring option or the third scoring option. I'm kind of happy with the bench. KG McDaniels coming off the bench playing 17 minutes, scoring 11 points, 2 rebounds and 1 assist, and Jeremy Grant playing for 14 minutes, getting 5 points and 5 rebounds. Last but not least, we have Henry Sims. I know I bashed him a lot in the first half, but he played pretty well in the second half. And if he works on his defensive consistency, I think he'll be a nice role player for this team. If you look at the team statistics, you can see it was actually a pretty level playing field. The only difference is that the Pacers scored a couple of more bench points, and they were definitely better at scoring in the paint. But that's probably because of Henry Sims in the beginning, who kind of played pretty crappy. So in my opinion, the 76ers lost this game because Michael Carter-Willams not converting his shots or not passing enough, and of course you have Michael Jordan missing those 2 very important field goals in the fourth quarter. But overall, I don't think that's what lost the game. I think it's overall that Michael Carter-Willams just didn't play well enough. So now we are going to start simulating up to the All-Star game and see how the 76ers and Michael Jordan actually did up to that point. So let's have a look at the league leaders before the All-Star break. We have Kevin Durant in first place with ridiculous 30.4 points per game, 9.9 rebounds, 5.2 assists, 2.5 steals, and 1.2 blocks. That is MVP caliber stats, if you ask me. Jordan came in second place in his rookie season, which is pretty good by itself. 26.9 points. He averaged about 5 rebounds, 4.3 assists, 2 steals, and 0.9 block. So Kevin Durant is actually better at almost every stat up to the All-Star break. Let's compare Michael Jordan's stats in this season to his actual rookie season 84-85. So you can see that he's actually lower in almost every stat there is, but he also played 4 minutes less than he did in his rookie season per game. And where he's actually better is in blocks. It's only 0.1, but still it's better. And his field goal percentage is better, and his 3-point percentage is much better. Maybe because of the lack of 3-point threats on the 76ers team, the coach actually made Michael Jordan take more 3-pointers. And because Jordan is a quick learner and pretty dedicated in everything he does, he got better at 3-point shooting during the season. So maybe in this simulation, Michael Jordan will develop a 3-point shot much earlier than he did in his real career. But I guess it's much too early to make any predictions on how this is actually going to develop in the future. Another statistic I found pretty interesting was how he played at home and how he played on the road. So you can see here, he scored almost 3 points more while on the road than when playing at home. But his rebounds and assist rating actually went down, while his steal rating and block rating and field goal percentage and 3-point percentage are actually higher on the road than at home. So the 76ers still suck even with Michael Jordan on the team. But even though when the team lost or the team won, Michael Jordan was playing pretty consistent, always delivering the same kind of stats. So by the looks of it, the 76ers are nowhere near a playoff spot. And Jordan's contract is only for 2 years. So if the 76ers keep on playing this bad and don't get into the playoffs, you know, I don't know what Michael Jordan will do after his contract is up. But we're not there yet, so we'll have to see about that. Let's have a look at the award races, and I'm pretty surprised that Michael Jordan is not up there for most valuable player. But if you look at his competition, you can kind of tell why. All these players, Kevin Durant, LeBron James, James Harden, Kyrie Irving, and Stephen Curry, they kind of excel at one thing besides points per game, and that's what Michael Jordan doesn't. So you have Kevin Durant, who's a pretty good rebounder and a decent assist giver, if you can call it that. You have LeBron James, who's better at rebounds and better at assists. You have James Harden, who is pretty ridiculous with 8.2 rebounds and 8.6 assists. And then you have the 2 point guards, Kyrie Irving and Stephen Curry, who are up there with assists, and Stephen Curry actually getting quite a lot of rebounds per game and steals. So what I said in the beginning was kind of true. There's so much tough competition in the NBA that Michael Jordan will have a hard time to actually, excel. So there are two things that actually separate Michael Jordan from the competition here. One thing is Michael Jordan is in his rookie year, so he's got a lot of time left and he's not that experienced yet. And the other thing is Michael Jordan plays on a really crappy team. The other players like LeBron James or Kevin Durant, they have really, really good teammates, at least one or two, and that probably plays a role. But without a doubt, Michael Jordan is going to become the Rookie of the Year. It's not even close between Michael Jordan and second place. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but something seems to be pretty messed up here. So we have the Rising Stars Challenge, the rookie stars against the elites. And I thought the rookie stars are the actual rookies and the elites are people playing in their second year. But it looks to me, even though Michael Jordan is supposed to be a rookie and he's actually listed in the rookie stats, or in the rookie statistics, he played for the rookie stars with people that are in their second year. Whatever. I don't know if this is a bug or if I'm missing something here. But he actually destroyed this competition. He scored 30 points. That's twice as much as the second best guy. So Michael Jordan is participating in the All-Star Dunk Contest. If you want to see this, I uploaded it separately. You can click the link that should pop up now and you can watch the whole dunk contest. So I totally forgot to show that Michael Jordan was actually selected for the All-Star game. And he had a mediocre game. He scored 12 points, had 3 rebounds and 2 assists. Let's have a look at Michael Jordan's season after the All-Star break. So let's have a look at Michael Jordan's stats. So he played almost the same as in the first half of the season. His percentages went down a little bit, but look at the 76ers record. 21 wins and the rest losses. They only had 19 wins last season, which was one of the worst records ever in the NBA. And even with Michael Jordan on the team, they only managed 2 more wins. So if the 76ers don't play much better next season, I predict that Michael Jordan is already looking forward to free agency. Let's have a look at the league leaders. James Harden surpassed Michael Jordan in scoring, and Michael Jordan is now in 3rd place. If we sort by the player efficiency rating, you can see that Michael Jordan actually drops down to 4th place. If we sort by efficiency rating, Michael Jordan drops down to the 8th place, and in average game score, he's in 6th place. So by looking at these stats, we can say that Michael Jordan is one of the best players in the NBA, but between him and the most valuable player is still a lot of room. So Kevin Durant won the MVP award, well deserved. He was leading the stats in almost every category there is. Michael Jordan is the Rookie of the Year, Goran Dragic is 6th Man of the Year, and Anthony Davis is Defensive Player of the Year. Michael Jordan made it into the All-NBA 3rd team, which is a surprise. I thought, 2nd team would be the least, and he didn't make it into any of the defensive teams. He obviously made it into the All-Rookie 1st team, and surprise, surprise, in the All-Rookie 2nd team, we have Nerlens Noel and KG McDaniels, so that's something we can build upon. So Michael Jordan and the 76ers didn't make it into the playoffs, but let's see who actually won the championship. Now this is what I call irony. The Bulls win the championship against the Thunder, and Jimmy Butler, their shooting guard, becomes Finals MVP. So this was Michael Jordan's first season, and I have to say, I enjoyed it quite a bit. So I'm looking forward to next season, and I hope Michael Jordan won't break his foot and Joel Embiid and Jason Richardson are back in the team. Like, deep in my heart, I wish that Jordan would stay with the 76ers his whole career. You know, next season they will get really good and maybe get a playoff spot and get really far in the playoffs. That's what I hope and that's what I wish, but it doesn't really look like it. It might be that Michael Jordan will actually go to another team after next season, but all of this is just speculation. So if you enjoyed this video and want to see what happens next in Michael Jordan's alternative career, please like the video, leave a comment, leave some feedback, and subscribe. So I'll see you guys in the next video in Michael Jordan's second year. Goodbye!